Welcome to TWI, a destination for your engineering needs. Let's check out the examination process at the office.
TWI welcomes you. May I know the purpose of your visit to our office? My name is Manoj, and I'm here today to take my initial C-Swipe 3.1 welding inspector examination. Kindly wait for further instruction. You'll be called the time when the exam begins. Thank you for your assistance. Welcome.
You're in the examination hall. Maintain silence and wait for further communication from the authority. Now is the time to do it. Make sure you're ready for the exam before entering the exam hall. Maintain your silence and adhere to the instructions given by the invigilator.
Hello, welcome to the TWI examination. I'm John and I'll be your invigilator today. Before entering the exam hall, please follow the instructions I give you. Carrying wallets, mobile phones, digital or smart watches, electronic dictionaries or scientific calculators is strictly prohibited. No stationary item should be carried inside, including any piece of paper. Kindly switch off your mobiles and keep it safe. Please note, if you expect any emergency call only from your family, kindly put your mobile in silent mode and inform to your invigilator, so that he can assist you to attend the call. For your information, the examination can't be paused. TWI will not be responsible for your belongings. In case your mobile rings during the examination, your belongings will be kept away from the examination hall. Place your bags over the designated spot. Make sure you have valid government-approved ID cards in hand and display throughout the examination and whenever required. May I have your ID please? Thank you. Please sign the attendance sheet. Hope everyone is doing well today. If you have any health issues such as high blood pressure, hypertension, or diabetes, if someone is undergoing any type of medication or undergone major surgery, please let me know before you start the examination. Check your table, chair, lighting, noise level, and temperature are all suitable and comfortable.
In the event of an emergency, utilize the emergency exit to escape from the hall. Here are some of the key points that you must follow during the examination. Observe the instructions given by the invigilator both prior and during the exam. If you come across any difficulties in facilities, stationaries or with your iPad, kindly inform the invigilator immediately. Kindly switch off your torch light whenever it is not required. Maintaining silence in and around the examination hall helps other candidates continue their examination inside. You're not supposed to carry any examination materials including rough sheets from the examination hall. You should not mark on the samples or examination materials with either a pen or pencil. Violation will lead to termination. Any mode of communication will lead to termination of examination. You're not supposed to note down any of the examination details including candidate ID, when you leave the exam hall. Access to mobile phones and electronic gadgets during breaks is strictly prohibited. Violation will lead to termination. On your desk, you will find an iPad, welding gauge, calculator, and torch light along with required stationary items. Make sure all your items are in good condition and working fine before starting the examination.
Examination sleeve is on your table. Pick up the papers from the sleeve. The first sheet in the sleeve is a coding sheet. That contains a list of exams that you performed today. In that sheet, check your name and make sure you sit in the correct seat. The next sheet contains examination rules, terms, and conditions. Read and agree to the terms and conditions of the examination. If you agree, sign the document. Or, if you have a different opinion, you can have a conversation with the invigilator. At the conclusion, make sure to include your exam date, name, and signature. If this document is not signed, then your exam will be considered invalid.
Now we're in the important stage of understanding the pattern of the C-Swipe 3.1 exam. Pay attention throughout this presentation to become familiar with the exam procedure, before starting the exam. Exam questions and versions were assigned to students on a random basis. In addition, the order of questions and answers is different. The options may be jumbled. Be alert while reviewing the answers. You can change your answers multiple times, but the final one you have selected will be submitted for evaluation. Take caution when scrolling down, as the sensitive touch could alter your input. It is important to finish the exam within the given time frame. Breaks will be given only after completion of part of examination. Candidates are required to hand over all the examination materials including samples and log out from the part of exam while you go for break. Note, no breaks will be given in between the part of exam. After completing the first part of examination, start the next part as instructed by the invigilator.
The initial exam is Theory Paper 1, Leading. Theory Paper 2, Work Pack. The assessment of practical segments is the focus of the third exam. For your information, the order of this examination will be decided by the invigilator during the session. Theory Exam 1 Lead Questions. The duration of this part would be 2 hours, and there are 80 questions that need to be answered. Please note, there are no negative marks on theory exam papers. Here you can see some samples of multiple choice questions are presented in the leading exam. The question has a list of options available below. Identify the correct option after thoroughly reading the question. To select the option or to change the selected option, i.e. in which is filled in yellow color, and choose it directly by clicking on it. Once the option has been selected, go to the navigation button at the bottom of the screen and click the next button to progress to the next question. Or choose the question by selecting from the serial no. given in left-hand side of the screen. Theory Exam 2 Work Pack. This exam consists of 40 questions, with 1 hour, 30 minutes of time to complete this session. Please note, there are no negative marks on theory exam papers. Theory Exam 2, Work Pack. You will be given a work pack book which covers all technical documents to finish this session. Before starting the exam, make sure to read this book thoroughly, and also this assigned work pack book will have a dedicated work pack number. Verify the same number with your coding sheet. Practical segment. Each segment of this examination requires you to answer 3 questions, a total of 24 questions, and the total time is 1 hour and 30 minutes. This exam is a significant component of the C-Swipe 3.1 certification. You will be given a group of segments that have been tied together with steel rope. The assigned ring will have an identification number. Verify the identification number with your coding sheet before starting the exam. If you have received a different number, inform the invigilator to receive the correct ring for your exam. To perform this exam, you should refer to the given criteria sheet that is in the work pack. You are required to achieve an overall score of 70% or higher to pass this part of the examination. Keep remembering that this exam alone has a negative mark. Assess the segment to identify the imperfection. If the imperfection is not identified, no negative mark. Negative marks are applicable for wrong identification. Assess the identified imperfection, according to Group A, and mark accept or reject. Assess the identified imperfection, according to Group C, and mark accept or reject. Negative marks are applicable for wrong assessment according to Group A and Group C. Hope you've understood the C-Swipe exam process completely. Now it's time to log into the session. Take out the coding sheet from the exam sleeve again. Enter the key code as shown on the screen on your iPad. Ensure that you have entered the correct key code of the examination, and then click the OK button to move forward. Ensure your name, candidate ID, DOB, part of examination. If any corrections are needed, please let the invigilator know before starting the exam, and then enter the Yes button. Take time to read the information on the screen. Ensure you have read the examination rules, terms and conditions, and signed the form. And accept the terms by clicking on the empty box. Click the Continue button to move forward to the next screen. Click Yes to grant access to an application for a secured mode. Now you can see the pop-up box asking for a PIN to enter. Refer to the coding sheet and type the PIN in the empty space provided, and click the Enter button. Now you have landed on the instruction slide. Go through the instructions thoroughly. Take note, the Finish Test button is visible in yellow color on the top right side. Answering all the questions in this exam is essential before clicking the Finish Test button. In between the part of examination, if you click Finish button and log out, you will not be able to log in again to the same part of examination. The progress bar will display the completion of exam portion. At the conclusion of the session, it is necessary to have 100%, indicating that you have answered all the questions in the examination. Don't forget that this standard is not applicable to segment exam, as it has negative marks for every incorrect answer given in the examination. You can use this part of the screen to identify which section of your exam you are taking. Once you have read the instructions on the page, click the Start Test button on the screen. When you click the Start Test button, you will be taken to the first section and the first question. The exam time is displayed in the middle of the screen, so make sure to keep an eye on the remaining time. If a question has a scroll bar, a green pop-up will appear on the screen, so make sure to look for any questions or options at the bottom of the screen. Use the navigation button at the bottom of the screen to proceed to the next questions, and, same, you can use it to access the previous question by clicking the back button. Or select the question by clicking on the serial number. You wish to review any questions at a later time, you can mark them as flagged with this button. On the left side column, you'll find the total number of questions, and the arrow symbol on the question indicates that you're on the which question. From this section view, you have access to all question categories, including attempting, unattempt, and flagged questions. You can use this part of the screen to identify which section of your exam you are taking. Take note of the alphabet series on the segment and confirm it from the section perspective given in top left-hand side of the screen during ring segment examination. I'm hoping that the interface of the application has been understood by you so far. If you want to end the session after reviewing your answers, simply click on the Finish Test button. This screen will appear after clicking the Finish button. If you haven't looked at your flagged questions, please cancel and do review the flagged questions. After reviewing the question, then clear flag symbol by clicking the flag button at bottom of the question, and enter the Finish button, or otherwise you can proceed directly by clicking the Finish button. Again, a pop-up appears here to reconfirm your status. You have reached the final stage of logging out of this part of the exam. Keep remembering, once you log out from the exam by clicking the Finish button twice, you will not be able to log in again for the same part of exam. To finish the examination process, click on the Exit Test button. In case the test time is over before you click Finish Test button, you will automatically be diverted to this screen and your answers will be auto-saved. When you see this screen again, it signifies that your exam has been submitted successfully. In the end, the invigilator will review your documents and sign your examination rules sheet. Make sure to hand over all exam documents to the invigilator. And finally, ensure that only your identity proof, spectacles, or medicine kit are taken out of the examination hall. Please scan the QR code from the notice outside of the exam hall. Enter the details of the examination and give us your valuable feedback about the examination process, which will assist us in providing enhanced service in the near future. It's our pleasure to join you to light up your journey. Thank you for your presence and cooperation.